Uttar Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Keshav Prasad Maurya is in the eye of a storm for his comments on Mathura temple preparations after Ayodhya and Kashi. The opposition Samajwadi Party accuses the BJP of politics of polarization ahead of upcoming Uttar Pradesh elections. Is the BJP trying to gain lost ground after the farmers' agitation in western Uttar Pradesh through the focus on Mathura Shri Krishna Janmabhoomi? Or is there merit in the BJP saying Mathura and Kashi after Ayodhya were always on their agenda?
December 6, the day of Babri demolition. 29 years later, on December 6, 2021, the campaign from Ayodhya has shifted to Mathura. As the temple construction begins in Ayodhya, right-wing groups are now raising their voice for a similar campaign at the Krishna Janmabhoomi in holy Mathura. Section 144 has been imposed as the Akhil Bharatiya Hindu Mahasabha plans a mega event in Mathura in a few days from now. They want to perform a Jal Abhishek at the mosque.
जनपद में धारा 144 लागू है और किसी भी हाल में यहाँ पर संगठित होकर किसी प्रकार का कार्यक्रम करने की जिला प्रशासन के द्वारा अनुमति नहीं दी गई है। इस प्रकार के लोगों को भी चिन्हित किया जा रहा है जो कि शांति व्यवस्था बिगाड़ने के लिए कारक बन सकते हैं।
And as right-wing groups up the ante, and Yogi government has also joined the campaign with this declaration, the UP Deputy CM Keshav Prasad Maurya tweeted confirming Mission Mathura after Ayodhya. CM Yogi Adityanath has also time and again spoken of making Mathura like Ayodhya, a pilgrim center for Hindus.
भी आपने दीपावली के दिन देखा होगा अयोध्या का दीपोत्सव का आयोजन कैसे होना चाहिए। आयोजन हमारे तीर्थ कैसे जगमगाने चाहिए। अयोध्या की दीपावली आप सबने देखी होगी। श्री कृष्ण जन्माष्टमी के अवसर पर भी मुझे स्वयं इस बार यहां दर्शन का सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ था। ये सब हमारे गौरव है, हमारी विरासत है।
For the BJP, the Mathura movement matters. Their performance in the recent local body polls has them worried that they have lost their dominance in the district. A Mathura sweep will mean a dominant performance in western UP, where the farm laws backlash has already hit the BJP. The Saffron Party is putting the focus again on the Mandir movement to seal the core Hindu vote bank. Mandir politics is back in focus in Uttar Pradesh, as the BJP has now raised its voice for the Mathura movement. For years, Ayodhya has dominated headlines. Will the focus now shift to Krishna Janmabhoomi? Bureau Report, India Today.
So is the move very carefully aimed and timed to polarize the electorate ahead of elections in Uttar Pradesh? Or is there merit in the government saying they want to convert Mathura into a major center for religious tourism on the lines of Ayodhya and Kashi? Is the opposition crying foul because the BJP is consolidating its vote bank? Joining me on the news track, Anila Singh represents the Bharatiya Janata Party. Ashutosh Verma is the spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Advocate Vishnu Jain is a petitioner and lawyer. Atikur Rahman is a respected Islamic scholar on the broadcast. And Anila Singh, if I may, respond to the opposition saying that the move is aimed to polarize the electorate ahead of elections. What does the Deputy Chief Minister mean when Keshav Prasad Maurya says अयोध्या काशी भव्य मंदिर निर्माण जारी है, मथुरा की तैयारी है?
My Ram Ram to everyone. And Gaurav, whenever we speak about Ayodhya or Kashi or Mathura, what we see? We see opposition behaving like a cat on the hot tin roof. They're jumping around. They are so nervous. why Bharatiya Janata Party is talking about Kashi, why Bharatiya Janata Party is talking about Mathura, why Bharatiya Janata Party is feeling so happy about Ramlala Mandir. Bhavya Nirman is going on. That is the truth. And we all have given ahuti in that. So we are very proud that we have won the battle of Ramlala Mandir. And definitely, as we say Mathura, just see their nervousness. And then they will start, I can say, a march carrying a placard of we are Dharm Nirpeksh, we are secular, and Bharatiya Janata Party wants to polarize everything. I mean, if taking the name of our Devi Devtas, if telling the truth that this temple deserves all the land and it doesn't deserves Eidgah in it, so what is the wrong?
Okay.
Are we doing something wrong in it? We are
Ashutosh
not.
Verma, is the
truth
opposition
is not the
behaving
truth.
like a cat on a hot tin roof, as the BJP puts it?
Look, Gaurav, the sense of proud, the word the Anila Singh is talking, is coming from BJP spokespersons and BJP leaders after 57 months of covering the 57 months of covering the government and only 3 months left just before the new government comes in. So, are you communalizing the election? Because I know when the Prime Minister came to Uttar Pradesh about
One by one.
just a minute.
Ma'am, let him please finish. Go on,
No,
sir.
I'm
Last
not
week, when Prime Minister came, when the Prime Minister came to over the Uttar Pradesh, he said that Bharatiya Janata Party will talk about the development like Purvanchal Expressway. The next day, he saw a huge crowd behind the Akhilesh Yadav ji in 16-hour long Rath Yatra. And then they realized, there is nothing to talk about the development in front of Akhilesh Yadav. You just come back to our own stick and go make a Hindu-Muslim way election, make Shamshan Kabristan, and
Okay.
go for the UP election. This is the only thing they want. And
Okay,
this is the only bread and
before I
butter
bring in
about
our other
Bharatiya
guests,
Janata
Anila
Party
Singh,
before
quickly,
coming to this.
are you nervous? Is the BJP nervous, unwilling to talk on development, desperate to keep it on Hindu, Muslim, Shamshan, Kabristan, as the Samajwadi Party puts it, ma'am?
See, Bharatiya Janata Party is the only political party in our country which wants to talk on the verticals of development. Because we keep on doing that. Our political party, I mean, we do not have to nourish any person or a family. We have to nourish the country, we have to nourish the states where we are in power. So if we talk about Uttar Pradesh, my state, since Yogi Adityanath ji has become the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, I mean, the whole of the UP, I can say, it's thriving, it's flourishing. We have seen the toughest of time during Corona, but we fought the war. But the thing is, or rather we fought the battle because war is still going on. Corona hasn't gone anywhere. But definitely, if we talk about the vaccination, if we talk about of trying to give the best of facilities to the patients, we have done that. If we talk about the infrastructure, if we want to talk about the health sector, on the education, say a vertical human development index vertical, we have worked and we have done and kept passed in flying colors. But the thing is, if we talk about Samajwadi Party's tenure, they do not have anything to show. They might claim that they started the metro, but we very well know that nothing had happened. It was a
Then
small trial.
why just months before elections, this reference to Mathura and the Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi? Let me bring in Atikur Rahman into this conversation. Atikur Rahman, there is this complaint that the ruling party has that Samajwadi Party raises or invokes Jinnah, or Asaduddin Owaisi, he seeks votes in the names that his is the only party that works for development of Muslims. When there is polarization either by Samajwadi Party or by AIMIM, people are silent. But if the BJP mentions either Ayodhya, Kashi or Mathura, stated goals of the party, people claim that this is polarization.
Well, listen, to be very true, when we are claiming to be law-abiding citizens, Gaurav, then why should I not ask a question to Anila Singh ji that now today who is violating the parliament? Who is violating the law created by the parliament? Politics apart, you can gain votes, you can come to power, power comes and goes, but seeking power in the name of religion and astha, you had done a great disservice to the nation by carrying out a Rath Yatra in the name of Bhagwan Ram. Now you are again with the same dirty politics of yours. To be very frank, Gaurav, all those who are raising the issue of Krishna Janambhoomi should be behind bars. And if Mr. Modi and the central government is not doing this, they too are complicit to it. Because I will refer to the 1991 Places of Worship Act, Section 6, punishment for contravention for Section 3. Whoever contravenes the provisions of Section 3 shall be punishable. Imprisonment for a term which may extend 3 years, and shall also be liable to fine. And there are other clauses that follows. You are complicit, Anila Singh ji. Mr. Modi is complicit. The central government is complicit. And mind you, Gaurav, whatever comes in the aftermath of these events, the discord between two communities, Hindus and Muslims, shall only be responsible. The BJP will be held responsible for it.
Well, is that a threat, sir? Is that a threat? But let me get Anila Singh to respond on the legal perspective. Advocate Vishnu Jain will respond. But on the political aspect, you've raised a point. Anila Singh, respond. This is disturbing communal harmony, is what Atikur Rahman says.
Rahman Saab is mentioning about the Places of Worship Act 1991, a draconian act, a draconian law which was being brought by the Congress party, a Shatir party, a very dangerous party for the Hindus. And the impungent act has barred the right and remedy against the encroachment made on religious property of Hindus, exercising might of power by followers of another faith. The mighties, they had encroached our religious worship places. And this political party stamped and sealed the fate of all these worship places which was encroached by the people following one particular faith. The result is that the Hindu devotees cannot raise their grievance by instituting any suit in civil court. Just now Mr. Rahman is threatening कि मैं जेल में डलवा दूंगा. ये कौन सी बात होती है? Or invoking the jurisdiction of High Court under Article 226 of the Constitution of India against high-handedness of ultras, and will not be able to restore back our religious worship places. What is
if you had an issue, you should have dealt with it. You've been in power for 7 years. Ma'am, if you had an issue with the Act of 1991, you should have dealt with it. Why is this coming up just months before elections?
Mr. Jain will tell you. Mr. Jain will tell you.
And I want to bring in Mr. Jain before I get Atikur Rahman to respond.
Every day's battle for them.
Thank you.
अभी बताएंगे आपको जैन साहब.
Okay. The opposition. Hold on. One by one. Everybody will have a chance to speak, but let's speak one by one. Advocate Vishnu Jain, the opposition is questioning not just the timing, but also the of this effort. December 6, when Hindu organizations say they are calling for the Sri Krishna Kar Seva at Mathura. Sir, there is an apprehension of a law and order situation developing. Is this not very clearly aimed to polarize the voters ahead of elections? Advocate Jain, sir.
See, Rahul, I'm sorry, Gaurav, to be very honest with you, I am openly saying on your channel that I don't support any call for any Kar Seva. I believe in the rule of law. And I want my Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi through court of law. I don't want any mobocracy. I'm openly saying it on your channel. And my organization or my people have not given any call for any kind of Kar Seva. Let me be very clear about it. Point number 2. Mr. Atikur Rahman has raised the issue of Places of Worship Act. He has quoted Section 6. But Gaurav, he has not told you Section 4. Section 4 uses the word religious character. That if the character was of a Hindu temple, then you cannot convert it. And no Muslim scholar can say that he can demolish a Hindu temple and build a mosque. And on this footing only, the Kashi Vishwanath case is going on. And on this footing only, we have launched the case of Mathura Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi.
Sir, but what was done by Aurangzeb,
I want to ask a question.
Correct me if I'm wrong, what was done either by Aurangzeb or on the orders of Aurangzeb, he died in 1707. Why are we raking up that issue in 2021, even legally, sir?
Because Gaurav, under Article 13, subclause 1, all the laws which are before commencement of the constitution, if they violate any of the fundamental rights, it can be struck down by virtue of Article 25. So, and this was the precise argument in Ram Janmabhoomi case. Mr. Parasaran has argued it, historical wrong, that if things have been done 400 years back and it has violated my right, after the commencement of the constitution, it can be struck down. And that argument has been accepted by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has said that yes, the sovereign can do it. And let me tell you, in all the three states, judiciary is one of the sovereigns. Judiciary is exercising the sovereign functions. And now coming to my point, Aurangzeb, I have read to you the order of the Aurangzeb, which has demolished the Mathura temple and the Kashi temple. It is his own autobiography. Now let me ask a question to Mr. Atikur Rahman. Can he say, or any Islamic scholar say, that he can build a mosque after demolishing a temple? What proof, what title he has over that property? I have proof of my title. Raja Patnimal has purchased this property from Britishers in 1815. 13.37 acres of land has been purchased in auction. From where have they entered into my temple?
Okay, Atikur Rahman wants to respond before I bring in both Ashutosh Verma and Anila Singh. Go on, Atikur Rahman, you wanted to respond, sir?
Yeah. Gaurav, so simple thing is, when the BJP spokesperson says that they do not like to abide by the Congress government's 1991 Places of Worship Act, which she claims is a draconian act, then first thing, before any car seva, before Mr. Vishnu Jain goes to the court, why don't you repeal the 1991 Places of Worship? Secondly, if that was a draconian
we have already challenged this in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has issued notice.
One by one, gentlemen, one by one.
The abrogation was a draconian
act. It is pending in the Supreme Court.
In the years to come,
Gaurav, I am just trying to enlighten Mr. Atikur Rahman. The act is challenged in the Supreme Court and the notice has been issued. It is
one by one, gentlemen, hold on. Both of you speaking simultaneously does not work. Atikur Rahman, please finish your point. Then Advocate Vishnu Jain will respond.
Gaurav, this is a clear signal by the ruling party spokesperson that I have all the right to go against the parliament. You know, if the laws are passed by the parliament, as a duty-bound citizens, we are there to abide it. Or else we can by all means, we can protest against it in a legal manner. 1991 Places of Worship Act, if this government does not agree, and Mrs. Anila Singh says that it's a draconian one, repeal it in this particular session itself. I do not have any objection towards that.
Fair enough. You made that point. Advocate Vishnu Jain wants to respond before I bring in Anila Singh and Ashutosh Verma once again. Quickly, Mr. Jain.
See, Gaurav, that's what I'm saying, that Mr. Atikur Rahman reads a law in isolation. He does not read Section 4. Section 4 says that if a religious character of a property was pre-existing, then you cannot change it by force, even after 15th August 1947. Please read Section 4, subclause 1, whether it uses the word religious character or not. And District Judge of Varanasi has ruled this specific point, that yes, the suit in Varanasi will continue on, and on that footing only this present suit in Mathura is launched, and the appeal has been admitted and it is pending consideration. Tomorrow it is listed before Mathura court. So Places of Worship Act is not attracted here. He is trying to confuse the viewers by invoking Places of Worship Act. My statement before your channel is that in this case, Places of Worship Act is not attracted. And otherwise also, the constitutional validity of Places of Worship Act is pending consideration in Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has issued notice about it.
Only issued a notice, has not stated it remains in force, sir. It remains in force. Give me a moment, sir.
Yes, it remains in force, but it is not attracted. Gaurav, you are right, but it is... But I am saying in my case it is not attracted because the religious character of that very structure was a Hindu character, and I'll prove it in the civil court. But Atikur Rahman is not answering my point that can any Muslim scholar say that you can build a mosque after demolishing a Hindu temple? And give me 30 seconds whenever you have time. I will read the Farman of Aurangzeb.
I want to bring in Anila Singh. Give me a moment. If we have time, we will look at Farman of Aurangzeb, the oppressor. But Anila Singh, opposition says the BJP has lost ground in Western Uttar Pradesh because of the farmers' agitation, and proof of BJP's performance or the lack of it was evident to all in local body elections where the BJP won perhaps only 8 of 33 So that is why this temple card just before elections.
See, we are the only political party in this great country of ours who very confidently says that yes, we are very proud of our culture, we are very proud of our religion. No other political party can say so because they all are very deep in appeasement politics. Yes, we are here to rule. We are here for equality, what our constitution tells us. But at the same time, if you say that we are going to do the appeasement politics just to gain some votes, no, we are not going to do that. So, but let me come back to Mr. Atikur Rahman ji. Atikur Rahman ji had said, अनिला सिंह जी कैसे पार्लियामेंट में कोई चीज पास हो गई है तो उसको कैसे चैलेंज कर सकती हैं और उसमें क्लॉज 6 भी गिना दिए कि कैसे जेल हो जाती है. Let me remind him one thing. Mr. Rahman, I just want to remind you that Parliament cannot close the doors for the aggrieved persons and cannot take away the power of the courts of the first instance, appellate court, and the power of the constitutional courts conferred under Article 226 and 32 of the Constitution of India. The Congress Party under Rajiv Gandhi ji had done so. You remember Shah Bano case? But then what happened? Our great Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, what happened? He got this triple talaq thing criminalized. So the thing, if it has been passed by Parliament, it can be repealed as well.
So you could have done that, but you did not do that. The Bharatiya Janata Party did not do that all these years. The issue just comes up just before elections, the point that the Samajwadi Party makes. But Ashutosh Verma, is there merit in the Bharatiya Janata Party saying...
Now we can concentrate on Kashi and Mathura, one at a time.
Okay, so you concentrated on Ramlala at Ayodhya. Now Kashi, that's likely to be inaugurated by the Prime Minister, I think 14 days, a week or two from now.
Actually also
the Kashi corridor.
Mathura can very well be challenged. Mr. Jain is going to tell you.
Okay, and of course now Mathura. Merit in the BJP saying, Mr. Verma, temple or mosque may be a card for the Samajwadi Party to play before elections. They may be looking at minority consolidation or vote bank for the BJP. It's an issue of astha or belief. They took the legal route in Ayodhya. They are developing ground for Mathura. And as of now, they're developing Mathura as a place of religious tourism. The Chief Minister, Yogi Adityanath, talked about the Braj Tirth Board. Why should the Samajwadi Party look at this as polarization if Mathura is being developed as a religious tourism center, sir?
So, Gaurav, the religious tourism centers had suddenly evoked the ideas among the Yogi Adityanath and Keshav Maurya's mind all of a sudden. Look, this is a very planned story by Bharatiya Janata Party. Basically, the people of Mathura themselves has rooted out Bharatiya Janata Party to the 3rd or 4th position in the Jilla Panchayat election. I think 2 or 3 months back. And the Western UP has shown that the member of the MLAs of Bharatiya Janata Party not even allowed to do any public rallies in the Western UP. They are rooted out from there. They don't smile like this. You all know that. The problem is this. They want to talk about the unemployment. They want to talk about the corona. They want to talk about the inflation. I am very surprised. Even Anila Singh is not going to talk about what about Rasoi is going. The LPG is about more than 1,000 rupees. The petrol, diesel is going about more than 100 rupees liters, and they are saying that we have made a nation. It's a very shameful act by the Bharatiya Janata Party that they are trying to do the same way they are doing in 1992. Now they are doing in 2017 and now again in 2021. But don't feel that Uttar Pradesh people are like this. They know your tactics. They know how do you hide behind these Ramlala and Krishna Janmabhoomi.
That's a very big point to make. You are saying like the Car Seva.
It's time to answer about you. It's a time. You all know that Article 144 has been enacted there. And you are just arousing sentiments of some people. So much there may be a good communal rights between the Uttar Pradesh. And you may say that now again, we are in the favor
of that's a very grave charge you level. That's a very grave charge you level. Anila Singh, please respond. That's a very grave charge you level, sir. It's an attempt to polarize, to lead to communal tension and riots is what the Samajwadi Party alleges, madam.
It was definitely an OMG moment, I can say, Gaurav. I am so surprised and shocked also because Yadav ji's party, the spokesperson, is saying that if we are talking about Mathura, if we are talking about Bhagwan Shri Krishna ji's Janam Sthan,
Oh my God.
I mean, Yadav ji, he himself is from, he himself is a
1 month
Yaduvanshi,
left
and we
before
know that
election.
Bhagwan Shri Krishna was also from
All of a sudden,
Yaduvanshi.
Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson thinking of
Okay, one by one, please. One by one. Mr. Verma, let Ms. Anila Singh make a point. I'll come to you,
She
sir.
is not going to answer about the LPG.
So one by one, let her, sir, you raised a point. Let me get her to respond. I'll come back to you, sir.
भगवान श्री कृष्ण के लिए कह दिया कि हम भगवान श्री कृष्ण के पीछे जाके खड़े हो जाते हैं, हम भगवान श्री राम के पीछे जाके खड़े हो जाते हैं, तो क्या आप भगवान श्री कृष्ण की गर्दन काटेंगे? गर्दन काटने के लिए हैं? हम तो उनके पीछे छुप जाते हैं। आप उनके सीने में चाकू ठोकेंगे। This is what Yadav ji is
मैम, लेकिन ये भगवान श्री कृष्ण की गर्दन काटने की बात कहाँ से आई?
But we are very proud of our religion. We are very proud. And we have got strong faith in Bhagwan Shri Krishna. We have got strong faith in Mahadev. And we have got strong faith in Bhagwan Shri Ram. And we have never missed our words. हमने हमेशा काम भी करके दिखाया है और अपनी श्रद्धा भी दिखाई है। जितना डेवलपमेंट अभी मथुरा वृंदावन में हुआ है, कभी भी नहीं हुआ, कभी भी नहीं हुआ। ये लोग एक काम गिनवा दे मथुरा वृंदावन में लोगों ने किया हो। इनके नेता ने जरूर कहा था कि हम इतनी ऊंची मूर्ति जो है भगवान श्री कृष्ण की लगवाएंगे, हम इतनी ऊंची मूर्ति जो है भगवान परशुराम की लगवाएंगे हर जिले में। कहाँ गए? कुछ नहीं। अब भगवान श्री कृष्ण का नाम
ठीक। अनिला सिंह जी, आपने कहा कि ये आपके लिए आस्था है और उनके लिए पोलराइजेशन है, ये आपका आरोप है। आशुतोष जी, इसका उत्तर दीजिए। रिस्पॉन्ड टू दिस।
काम भी किया है और हमारी आस्था भी है।
ठीक सर, रिस्पॉन्ड टू दिस बिफोर आई ब्रिंग इन अतीकुर रहमान।
I bet Gaurav, Anila Singh doesn't know even the basic price of tomato, onion and radish in the market right now. Because these are the people who don't want to know. These are not the people. And if you feel happy, एक मिनट अनिला सिंह, एक मिनट, if you feel happy that you are proudly buying the LPG at 1,000 rupees and petrol at more than 100 rupees a liter and tomatoes more than 100 rupees, I feel you are just targeting the middle class and the lower class of this society. The people like you and the party like you just always throwing back the Uttar Pradesh. Abhi kya hua? The last 4 days, this Niti Aayog has given the Uttar Pradesh, Bihar in the lowest ranking among the poverty. They are the poorest state of the country, poorest state of the per capita income. Don't you feel ashamed after 5 years when you have to answer about the people of Uttar Pradesh? You are going to Ram Janmabhoomi and you are going to Krishna Janmabhoomi. This is very shocking.
अनिला सिंह जी, इसका जवाब दीजिए that you're not willing to talk on aspects of development in the state in the past 5 years, and that is why just before elections this talk of the Shri Krishna Janmabhoomi.
What is the today's rate of tomato?
Ashutosh ji, you've made your point. Now let Anila Singh respond, please.
टमाटर का रेट क्या है?
जब हम लोग आए थे, हमने कहा था कि हम लोग किसान का रेट माफ करेंगे।
आशुतोष जी, please let her speak now.
36 lakh farm loan.
Go on, ma'am.
Yes, am I audible?
Loud and clear.
नहीं आ रहा है वो, सुनाई नहीं
we worked
पड़ेगा।
on expressways, we worked on health sector, making AIIMS and medical colleges in each and every district. We started fertilizer plant here.
What is the rate of tomato, madam?
If we talk about Arjun Sagar project,
What is the rate of tomato today?
They didn't start it. If we talk about the vaccination, more than 15 crores of people in Uttar Pradesh are being vaccinated. If we talk about the crime, criminals and the corruption, we know it very well that criminals, they do not have any place here. And if we talk about
no heckling. Let me bring in Advocate Vishnu Jain. Advocate Jain, the talk of Mathura and Krishna Lala Virajman is electoral, alleges the opposition, because like we were discussing moments earlier, this Places of Worship Special Provisions Act passed during P.V. Narasimha Rao's first year as Prime Minister in September 1991, sir, prohibits conversion of places of worship, be it a church, a mosque or a temple, into any other place of worship of a different religion, sir. So how can this be argued at this stage if it is not to polarize the electorate?
That's what I'm saying, Gaurav, that no one is reading section 4 subclause 1, and it says specifically, it is, I'll just read it. It says it is hereby declared that the religious character of a place of worship existing on 15th day of August 1947 shall continue to be the same as was existing on that date. And that's what our precise point is, that religious character of Krishna Janmabhoomi temple was of a Hindu character, and they have encroached the property of Hindu temple, and the mosque has been built. And that's what precise.
So when was the mosque built?
In my trial court and in the suit, the Atikur Rahman should. The mosque was built in 1670, and later on in the Battle of Govardhan in 1770, the Marathas had thrown the Muslims out, and that's the history. And the mosque was demolished. And later on, when the compromises happened on 12th of October 1968. 12th October 1968, then they have again come back into possession, and therefore that's what our precise case is, that this coming back into possession by way of an illegal compromise is ultra virus, and that compromise, precise compromise of 12th October 1968, I have challenged in the civil court of Mathura. That is pending consideration. Now the point is this, I have very small point, that if Aurangzeb's farman is there of demolishing a Hindu temple, and if I have the documents of the property, the auction purchase from the Britishers in 1815, which Raja Patnimal had purchased from the Britishers in 1815, then how Mr. Atikur Rahman is there in the possession of that property? Someone should ask Mr. Atikur Rahman also, कि साहब आप कैसे आए इस property में? आपके पास क्या documents हैं? 13.37 acres का स्वामित्व हमारा है, ownership हमारी है. We have purchased that property. You have just encroached. You are a trespasser, and now you are taking the plea of Places of Worship Act. Places of Worship Act does not apply in this case, because that entire character of, please appreciate, Gaurav, please appreciate this argument. The entire character of the property is a Hindu character.
Sir,
and
it is for the courts to appreciate. It is for us to bring out all aspects in public domain. Atikur Rahman, for Hindus, Mathura is extremely holy. Yes. It is the birthplace of Yogeshwar Sri Krishna. Why should preparations for development of Mathura, quite like Ayodhya or Kashi, be seen as a political issue or become a bone of contention? If everyone comes together for Mathura development, it fails to become a political issue.
Gaurav, just 3 points. Point number 1, these all people who are raising the issue of Krishna Janmabhoomi are the outsiders. You talk to any person from Mathura, from the vicinity of the mosques and the Kashi, this thing,
Gaurav, 10 suits are filed. 10 suits are filed from local residents also.
Have any discord.
Please, Atikur Rahman, please correct your facts.
No.
Sir, please allow me.
Hold on. Atikur Rahman, ये देश तो भारत है ना यार. भारत में कौन डिसाइड करेगा कौन आउटसाइडर है कौन इनसाइडर है?
Second point.
How does anybody decide who's an outsider, who's an insider in India?
मतलब मैं अगर दिल्ली से जाके केस फाइल कर रहा हूँ तो I'm an outsider. What kind of logic is this?
First people who should respond to these things. We all are outsiders.
Oh my God, 10 suits have been filed by local residents.
Because maybe
please correct your facts. Research correctly before coming on debate on India Today. 10 suits are pending consideration by local residents.
That means you do not have correct points. You
don't know facts. What can I do? 10 suits have been filed by the local residents, and they have been admitted they are pending consideration. If Gaurav, what kind of logic is this? That if I go from Delhi and I contest the case for my God in Mathura, I am an outsider. And Atikur Rahman, who doesn't go and pray in that mosque, he is defending that mosque, he is not an outsider. What kind of logic is this?
In the name of Janmabhoomi.
No, Atikur Rahman, if I may.
Because Gaurav, the point is that they don't.
There are people in Mumbai who will hold protests and damage property in our country for Rohingyas. And there no outsider issue is raised by you. But if some people approach court in our own country for the Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi, then it becomes an outsider issue. Rohingyas are not an outsider issue for you.
We are discussing. In the same manner, I should say that the whole Shaheen Bagh protest movement was a more valid point than the other things the government is holding. Then you will say, no, this is not the issue. We are not discussing this issue.
No. My only problem is how do you invoke the outsider clause? How do you invoke the outsider clause if Indians within India are raising a point? How does an outsider clause come in there?
Janmabhoomi is concerned, the main trustees there do not have the same opinion as Mr. Vishnu Jain is having.
Mr. Jain wants to respond to you. Respond, sir.
on the part of
Oh
the
my
BJP
God, please.
spokesperson.
Please. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Gaurav, and I want to tell it with utmost sense of responsibility and confidence that please interview Mr. Vijay Bahadur, the trustee of Shri Krishna Janmabhoomi Temple, and he will speak in the same voice which I am speaking today. Shri Krishna Janmabhoomi Trust is completely with us. Shri Krishna Janmabhoomi Trust is completely with us. Shri Krishna Janmabhoomi Seva Sangh is also with us, and they are supporting us in the court. Mr. Atikur Rahman is speaking something out of the blue. I think he doesn't watch news channels. He just comes on the debate and he speaks anything. Sir, this is a national news channel, and you are debating on a sensitive topic. So at least make some statements out of which some sense of responsibility. Shri Krishna Janmabhoomi
So
Trust
on the
is
legal
supporting our
aspects and
case.
on merit, gentlemen,
And Gaurav, I want to
gentlemen,
tell you
I've run out of time on this part of the show.
On
it's
merits
for
and legal
honourable
aspects
courts to
both.
decide. It's for the honourable courts to decide. As far as the electoral politics is concerned, it's for the electorate to decide. For us, we bring out all aspects in public domain for people to be able to make an informed opinion. To all my guests, many thanks for joining me on this part of the news track. I need to slip into a quick break here.